Hey guys, Carlos here from BirdieBlades.com, and today we have a special treat for you guys if you want to take your simulator room to the next level. So our friends over at BenQ actually were gracious enough to send us over the latest projector that they have available for medium to small size projector rooms. We're talking about the BenQ LH820ST. This is a very powerful projector that has a ton of different features that I think a lot of you guys will be interested in. Doesn't matter whether you're just starting out and building out your sim room or whether it's something that you've already have established and potentially looking to upgrade. So what we'll do is we'll walk you through all of the features that this projector has to offer, and then we'll switch over a little bit, walk you through a couple of different holes under different scenarios, different environments for you to gauge what those colors look like. And then ultimately we'll give you the guys the pros and cons of what we think of what this projector can do, and then whether it's something that we feel you should add to your sim room to improve, or as I said, replace what you currently have. So stick around, find out more. All right, so feature number one, what makes this projector special? And to me, that is the DLP high lumen laser technology that BenQ has to offer. So let's take it back a little bit. When you go out to the market and buy a new projector, the average projector has a lifespan of roughly around 5,000 hours. Anytime after 5,000 hours hits, the lamp itself starts to die down, and so the brightness of the actual picture will diminish roughly by around 50%, give or take. So unlike those projectors, this projector itself has 20,000 hours of capability. So that means that for 20,000 hours, you are always going to have the highest quality picture, true to life colors every single time you turn this thing on. So doesn't matter if you're playing golf, doesn't matter if you're watching TV, doesn't matter if you are playing video games, like you're gonna get that high quality picture, which is what I absolutely love about this thing. Not only is it 3600 lumens, and so in the daylight, you're still able to have a very high quality picture. Nighttime, it looks even more fantastic. But again, it just really lets you have the capability to run this thing at full max and not have to worry about having to replace a lamp. Replacing lamps can get expensive. It can be annoying. You may not necessarily even know how to do it and may have to hire someone. So the fact that you don't have to do that with this projector, and that you have a very long time between the time that you take it out of the box and that anything needs to happen to it, it's definitely a thumbs up. So the fact that BenQ really put an emphasis on the lifespan of this product, the picture quality of this product, really showcases kind of what they were intended to do. And thus far, I've been really happy with the quality. Again, I've tested this in the morning, I've tested this in the middle of the day, I've tested it at night, and the picture quality, while it may slightly change depending on the brightness of the day, you're still getting a really good quality for what you're paying. So thumbs up from BenQ for being able to provide such a product under a great price. So yeah, it's great. Feature number two that I absolutely love about this projector is just how easy it is to turn it on and off. So my previous projector, it would turn it on, it would take a couple of minutes to warm up, to ultimately get the picture that I want to see in front of me. And that can be really annoying, both when you're turning it on and turning it off. And it was super loud. This specific projector does not have that problem. It's literally instant on and off. And to be able to just hit that power button on the controller, have the projected screen from your computer just show up immediately, and then likewise, if you want to turn it off, is definitely something that's very appealing to me. And also, it's very quiet. It's not very loud, which I don't know about you guys, but there may be instances where I'd like to play at night, or where someone's on the phone and I don't want to bug them, but nonetheless, I still need to turn on the projector, and some projectors sound like they're basically taking off from an airport. This one's definitely not that. It's very quiet, which is definitely one of the benefits to this specific product. On to feature number three. I think the majority of projectors have this feature, but nonetheless, I still want to talk about it, which is 2D keystoning, right? So we all know, or may have ran into an issue where the projector location that you need to have the projector under for your current space may not necessarily give you the best picture. And in order to be able to accommodate for that, is the projector needs to be able to shift the picture around and adjust it in a way that is ultimately going to give you the best picture possible. For this specific projector, 2D keystoning is available. So again, you're able to adjust it based on kind of where the projector lies. You can shift it up and down, left and right. You're able to do some corner fitting to make sure that ultimately the picture quality is best when being represented in front of you. And then in addition to that, I think one thing to keep in mind as well too is the fact that BenQ allows you to kind of ultimately put together where your projector needs to be. And by that, you can visit this page specifically. If you take the sizing constraint of your room, so the length, the width, the height, and give it the kind of the proper dimensions. They'll tell you exactly where to place it for you to be able to have the best looking picture. That aside, again, once you kind of get that going, if you need to make some minor adjustments, you do have the 2D keystoning, as I mentioned. You're able to do some corner fitting. You're able to do some lens shifting. So zooming in, zooming out to make sure that you accommodate for the best picture possible. So while most projectors have this, it's nice to know that you also get that with this projector itself. Another great feature of the BenQ LH820ST is the ability to shift between different types of video preferences. So to be specific, when you're dealing with golf courses and they have so many elements that really depend on color accuracy, whether it's grass, trees, sand traps, bodies of water, even the sky boxes, having the appropriate color correction is super important. One of the things that BenQ allows you to do is shift between different options, and there's one specific to golf actually. Golf mode is available with this specific projector, and it allows you to switch to this. Again, the colors are super bright, it looks fantastic, but if you don't like golf mode, there are other options. You can also create your own, which is fantastic. And last but not least, so I think what this projector really allows you to do is have immersive experiences. And what I mean by that is, again, whether you're using it for golf specific reasons and are only intending to use it for that specific reason, you can use this for gaming, right? So if you're looking to play PlayStation 5, Xbox, you're going to have those very high quality pictures here as well. Movie nights are definitely going to be a lot of fun. Sporting events are going to be fantastic. I've already watched a couple of Premier League games here, and all I can say is that the quality of the pictures look great. And in addition to the golf mode, as I mentioned earlier, you do have those other options to change from vivid to sporting to creating your own. So it really does give you that type of immersion that you're looking for when it comes to a projector. And it's something that, you know, has the longevity to ultimately get you there and make sure that you get the best quality picture. All right, guys, so now that I walk you through some of the functions and capabilities of the LH820ST BenQ projector, I want to play a couple of different holes just to showcase what the display looks like across different types of environments and atmospheres. Right now, I am playing Pebble Beach, hole number 7, par 3. I'm playing from the whites, shoulder's a little banged up, so I'm trying not to hurt it too bad today. Yeah, this, you know, as I mentioned, if you guys could see exactly what the fidelity of this projector looks like live, fantastic. As I was mentioning earlier, the options between the different picture modes is fantastic. Right now I am in golf mode, but let's say you wanted to switch to some of these other ones, whether it's RGB, video, there's a presentation one. You can also make your own custom ones so that it fits to your liking. Again, I really like what BenQ did with the golf mode, so I'm just going to stick to that. But enough talking. Let me go ahead and hit this ball here. What I'll do is I'll play this hole. I'll then play 2 additional holes that require a different type of environment, so you guys can see kind of what those colors look like, and then we'll go from there. So 93 yards. This would roughly be a 54 for me. See if we can get one in close. Walk out of here with a nice score. We'll go from there. Felt okay. Pushed it a little bit to the left. Does it have the distance? Come back. That's not bad. Not a bad look to birdie here. I think one of the more challenging things for me when it comes to sim play is, frankly, putting. I feel like putting is just one of those things that you either have it or you don't when you play sim golf. And there will be days where I'll play pretty good, other days where I just cannot hit a putt to save my life. But that's golf. Let's see what we can do here. We're about 9 feet out. Ball is breaking right to left. And let's try to save the bird here. I think that might be enough. Yep, we're good. All right, awesome. So that is Pebble Beach, hole number 7, par 3. Again, I'm going to show you guys a couple more holes so that you have a reference of kind of what this looks like under different environments. but we'll be back. All right, and we are back with a different golf course. This is the Sanctuary based in Colorado. Looks fantastic. Just want to point out again the colors of all of the greenery, the bushes, the trees, the grass, just looks fantastic. I don't know, I hope the camera is doing it justice and picking this up, but really this just looks great. BenQ really edited themselves with the golf mode in order to provide you with the most realistic sense of playing. But let's go ahead and get this one on the green, 134 yards. I'm going to go ahead and hit a 8-iron and see if we can get there. Like I pushed it a little bit left. Is it enough? Nope. Ah, bunker. Okay. Definitely wasn't enough club. Not for being indoors anyways. I don't know how many of you guys still deal with indoor syndrome from time to time, but I certainly feel like I do. Let's try to get this one close, huh? 24. Hold it a little bit right. Sit, sit. Oof, tough work for a par. Not going to be the easiest putt. Actually, it looks pretty good. It looks like I am. Looks like I'm just straight. Almost hard to believe. This is probably the best putt I could have been in. Slight break, if at all, at the end. Honestly, I don't even know if I want to play it that way. I'll play it that way because I'm going to regret it if I don't. So that should be good. 17 feet to the hole. Let's try to get this one in. Maybe a little too much. Yep, I knew it immediately. Right when it came off my club face, I felt that I had overhit this. Again, one of the challenging parts of putting in the simulator. It's a love-hate relationship for me. I love it because it really lets me, when I'm outside, kind of gauge what I think the ball is going to do, because I assume that I can see the lines in the same way that you can see them with the simulator. Again, breaking left, right, up, down, etc. And I think that has made me a better golfer and a better putter. But when you try to replicate that here, it's just so hard. So hard. Comment below if you guys agree with this, but it's just one of those things that you really got to be dialed in and know your distances in order to make it work. So 14 feet. I don't know. I didn't count it, so I guess we're going to redo that one again. Again, one of the things you love about SkyTrack is that sometimes it does not read shots. What that does. Nope. Too short. Not enough read. We're going to get out of here with the double. Not the best score in the world, but at the very least, you guys got to see what a different hole looks like under this specific projector. I'm going to do one more course, and then we will do a quick recap of what I think of the projector overall, and yeah, we'll go from there. All right, it was only fitting to finish this video with the most iconic golf course in the world, Augusta National. The 12th hole, one of the best holes in the entirety of golf. I think I've only parred this maybe once or twice. That water is pretty intimidating. We're going to have a go at it. I'm going to go ahead and do a quick scout view using my Birdie Blades control box. If you guys are interested, birdieblades.com. We have both wired and wireless options with some of your favorite holes in golf as the picture. Let's go ahead and try to get this one in there. Nice and close. Felt okay. Is it enough? Oh, I like it. Not a great friendly. Oh, never mind. I thought we were in a good spot and I got the worst kick I could have ever gotten. So now we're in trouble. 9 yards to the hole in sand. Not ideal. I don't know about you guys, but my wedge game is one of the toughest things to translate. Outdoors, I'm very much a field player. I'm pretty decent with my wedges. And can usually do a pretty good job at gauging how far I need to come down or come up or strength wise. But indoors is just very challenging. Even though that I know that it's 7 feet roughly between the ball, my stance, and the impact screen, I just have such a hard time being able to gauge that and know how far to bring my club back and follow through. But either way, we're going to try to get this one in close. I'm going to try to lob this a little bit. I don't think it's going to be enough. Maybe it is. Woo! Just snuck it in there for a par. Not too angry at that after that terrible kick. But yeah, that is GS Pro with the LH820ST from BenQ Projector. Let's dive into the pros and cons of what I think this projector is, and whether it's something that you feel would fit your sim room and something that you want to take the bullet on and improve. So let's get into that. All right, so what are the pros? What are the cons of this projector? Let's start with the pros. So first things first is the picture quality. The picture quality of this projector just looks fantastic. When I compare it to my old projector, it's night and day difference. It doesn't matter whether I'm playing at night, like right now, whether I'm playing in the middle of the day and I have a window open, I'm still able to see that clear picture that you're seeing right now. Again, it might change slightly, but overall, with the lumens that this thing projects out and what you're getting, you're not going to be disappointed whatsoever with the way that this projector looks on your impact screen. So that's pro number one, or positive number one. Number two is the options. Again, there are a lot of options for you to ultimately make sure that you have the best picture around your impact screen. That, as I mentioned before, includes changing the aspect ratio. Key stoning is massive. 2D key stoning, you're able to finesse the screen to fit your specific dimensions fairly well overall, so it's not too bad. You can corner fit, again, if you wanted to just change something, lower the one portion of the screen a little bit higher than the other, vice versa, you can do that. There's also a section for resizing. If you wanted to zoom in on something, zoom out, you can definitely do that. The other aspect as well, and this might be more related to your PC itself, but you do have the capability to change the setting on your actual PC to accommodate whatever this screen is, and therefore your projector will change to that, and you're able to have, again, the picture that you want. Those are kind of some of the pros, right? The sound system, I don't know how much has been picked up in the actual video itself, but this just sounds perfectly clear. If you don't have a surround sound system in your sim room, and you're relying on the sound to come through directly from the projector, this thing does it justice. It's, the quality sounds great, the little chirps of the birds, the shots, everything in between, you really hear that and it feels great. So just a couple of things to mention there. Again, the other thing is the pricing. For what you're paying for this, it's you're getting a lot in my point of view. As a reference, my previous projector, I paid roughly $800, and it was not a short throw, so I had to accommodate my sim room to make sure that I was able to get the picture that I wanted with that. And it still was pretty expensive. When I think about what this costs, I definitely think it's worth the price. So something to keep in mind as you're investigating or you're looking into different projectors. BenQ is definitely, I think, put together a really good quality product for a good pricing that gives you a lot of options. So with that in mind, I think let's move to the cons. And to me, there's really only one con, which is if your room does not accommodate a short throw projector, you're gonna have a really challenging time to make this work. The reason is when I originally set this up, I tried to set it up with where my old projector was standing, which is actually on the back of the room to the left. It was not ideal. You know, it's not, that location is not intended for short throws. So I think you have to be very specific to where you're planning on setting up this projector. Otherwise, you might run into some issues. The good thing is that BenQ does have a page, and I'll link it right here. Well, I'll link it in the description, but I'll also show you guys a screen grab here, which allows you to ultimately take the dimensions of your room, of your screen, and what you're trying to do, and it gives you the exact location of where you should place that projector for the optimum image, which is fantastic. I know personally when I was looking into projectors and trying to figure out where to place it, there's so many questions across all the different forums, whether it's Facebook or even online, of like people telling you, no, you should do this, you should do that. The great part is that this site, you know, gives you everything that you need. You just got to measure your room, top down, left, right, et cetera, and it will give you the prime location of where to place it. At that point on, it's just kind of up to you, again, to make sure you install it correctly. But I would say that's probably the only con about this, is that it's very specific to the type of sim room that you can leverage it or use it in, which might turn some people off. But again, if you have the room, if you have the budget, if you have the capability to install it yourself, I think this projector overall is a no-brainer. It's really good for what it is. The pricing point's fantastic. The color grading and picture quality looks great. The sound is fantastic. I think it's everything that you'd want on a projector, and I would welcome anybody who has questions. More than happy to answer what my current experience has been with this projector itself. But also reach out to the BenQ Caddy team, right? They're more than willing to answer a bunch of questions. I know when I was trying to install this, they really went far and beyond in trying to help me get this installed appropriately. And shout out to their team with, you know, being super professional, making sure that I got the best quality picture that I could under my projector and with my current setup. And all I can say is that I definitely don't plan on going back to my old projector at all. I'm definitely going to use this moving forward, not only for golf and indoor playing, but also for, you know, movie nights, game nights, so on and so forth. Looking forward to watching some NFL games here shortly. So all in all, really good product for what it is. You know, great price point, great pictures. Just keep in mind, again, where you ultimately place it. Make sure you go and do your due diligence on whether it would fit your room. But all in all, I think this is a great product, and I think you guys will be really happy. Any questions, feel free to drop any comments, questions down below. More than happy to address them. But otherwise, thank you. Appreciate you guys sending this over to me to test. I'm super happy with the product. And yeah, thumbs up on my end. Thanks, guys.